Sometimes in life, we ask for things. And when it comes in front of us, we start smiling and nodding our heads. A moment like this happened just at the beginning of COVID, when the business side was really coming down. A potential client reached out to me, and the conversation was moving very rapidly towards a contract phase. Even with all the NDAs, all I knew about them was they are in the connection business. They connect people. Finally, they put an obscene contract, and the timing is very important. This is the time when my bank balance is going towards a perfect zero. Okay. This was an obscenely large contract, but that's the time I realized that this company is in the business of connecting people, a connection that is risk-free, confidential, and assured. But in my mind, there was a small problem. They connect married people so they can cheat. There's nothing legally wrong, not morally. It's my choice that a red flag went up. I looked at the money, and then there was this bizarre smile on my face when I said, I can do it. And the I can do it came to me very, very easily without thinking, because I could see that I am actually a publicly traded company. I have a board, and my board of two people, Raka, my daughter, and Chitra, my wife. And what would they say when they will hear about this project? I just didn't want to go there. I also realized beyond the board, I have shareholders. Clint, who has been working with me for last 20 plus years. What will he feel and his connection to ZenMango? Others in the company, my clients. And that is the time I realized that it is very important to be aware that we all live in a connected world. We are not isolated. Anything we do, everything we do has individual consequences, but they are connected. It's the perception of every small thing, every small action connects in my shareholders' mind to a bigger perception of who I am. And I am responsible for my actions and the consequences and the feelings on my shareholders. But these decisions are not always easy. Sometimes in moments of personal weakness, we are tempted to take a little shortcut, and then we do take a few shortcuts. This piece of news somehow popped in my mind about a Scottish runner, Josia. She runs ultra marathons, and when she was running a 50-mile Manchester to Liverpool race, she took a 2-mile car ride from a friend. Before you start being judgmental, I just also want to share with you the fact that this was a practice run for her where she was not competing. See, now you think differently. But then the story takes another turn. As she finished, and they were all distributing medals, she went up and collected a medal. Later on, of course, it came out that she took the ride, and she was banned for 12 months of running. What I loved about this story was what happened next. She took a shortcut. After running 48 miles, she was tired. So instead of me asking, what were you thinking, girl, at the end of the race, I must ask, what were you not thinking? I have no clue, nor will I ever know what it feels like to run 48 miles. But when she was in her senses, she was calm. She accepted the fact she's human. She acknowledged her mistake. No excuses, no justifications. I should not have gone and collected the medal. I should have smiled and said, guys, this was a practice run. A few miles, I was in a car, but I'm glad you let me run with you guys. That's it. Her actions after her mistake makes me a fan of hers. I'm now sitting in Houston, across the pond, as a cheerleader in Josiah's company. She will never know about me, but I'm rooting for her. And when she comes back, I want her to have her best personal timing in the next race, because as a shareholder, I want her to win. That is the power. In a connected world, we all have to see the power of our brand. We are all, again, individual stocks which are publicly traded with the boards and shareholders. You must understand the impact and the consequences on your board and your shareholders. You must also understand the power of this connected world, where this ultra marathoner in Liverpool now has at least one shareholder in Houston. And just like me, there are other shareholders around the world that she has earned because of her actions. Now, before I wrap up this concept, I really want to put another final thought in your mind, which is, as you start embracing this concept in your life and think of your shareholders, please don't stop thinking about you. Because in this process of trying to please your shareholders, if you lose who you are, then what the heck are we doing? And that's the tightrope walk that we really must walk, is understand consequences, take care of our shareholders, but also take care of who we are. Because at the end, I want to be me. I don't want to be anybody else. I will have the goofy smile when I tell my shareholders that I did not take that contract, because it also felt right for me not to do what I chose that day. To be the best CEO of your tiny or large publicly traded company. Always keep an eye on the board, the shareholders, and you. Enjoy the journey.